Distinction, choose, decision, choices. This is what defines us. This is what defines us. This song goes out to my mother and the victims of suppression in the last couple of centuries who died fighting for the cause. Rest in peace. The choice is up to you. A choice to go to school, a choice to break the rules, a choice to make a journey to the moon. As I speak, babies making way for their first days, fighting through the womb. No money making corner block alcoholic, buy a tall can for the money reach his pocket. Mad scientists in the lab with the pen and the pad, working on the presence for the purpose to make people glad. Ironic how it is, he's the one upset and he's sad, never glad from obsession. Session after session and it's back from the scratch, working on selections. On the other hand, a boy becoming a man with a plan, and it all began from a crush on a girl, building up on his words and the courage for the girl that he cherished. Perfect thing to say, rehearses every day, and one day starts to run the glide, making move his way with the smooth sway, posted with his gangster lean. She approached and he spoke, "You're the most beautiful human being my eyes have ever seen. Please be my queen, I will treat you like a queen." Just a story in a fairy tale dream, and this fairy tale dream becomes a real thing, becomes a real thing, becomes a real thing. Distinction, choose, decision, choices. This is what defines the past in this life is behind us. There's one truth, judgment they will find us. If you don't believe me, rewind. This is timeless. Distinction, choose, decision, choices. This is what defines the past in this life is behind us. There's one truth, judgment they will find us. If you don't believe me, rewind. This is timeless. The globe keeps spinning. A bum plays the lotto, hit the jackpot, and he winning. All the people keep sinning, so they keep packing prisons. Feel free for suggestions to the question: is life worth living for a family on welfare, struggling? 4 kids juggling. Mama passed away, and his daddy facing hard times, suffering, bugging, and he wondering how to make it fair. Waiting on God to respond to his prayers. Only fear for the future, and he's scared. All around the world, starving children is desperately needing. People overweight, stuffing faces, and they're wasting while these hungry kids could be eating. Terror always occurs on the run with the gun from these killers, rapists and these murderers. The plots never stop. Innocent pedestrian turns to a victim. Bullet hit him right in the heart, never missed him. Flowers in his hand for a sick grandmother, and it drops when he drops down. Last moment that he can in this land. Violence won't stop, exposed to reality, even though it's negative thoughts. At the same time, a young woman challenged on the crisis, pregnant, abortion from a false physician with no license. Life she attempts to define, destination on the search for some purpose. As she walks the earth's surface full of regret, who would've knew the mother of the unborn child was the biggest threat? Distinction, choose, decision, choices. This is what defines the past in this life is behind us. There's one truth, judgment they will find us. If you don't believe me, rewind. This is timeless. Distinction, choose, decision, choices. This is what defines the past in this life is behind us. There's one truth, judgment they will find us. If you don't believe me, rewind. This is timeless. Used to be a troublemaker, hellraiser. Now I speak the truth against evil to protect our youth. No open-mindedness, paying forward on a cycle of righteousness, but it's vice versa on the opposite. I will state my objections. Who is these crooked politicians applying death to this nation by constriction, denying the release to these sources of addiction, constantly lying to my fellow brothers and sisters, affected real fast through the map, and they'll never last on this path, cast from the wrath of the government staff. Forget about the past and forget whatever it was that you did, and I still see no changes. Eventually, will it happen real slow? Will it happen rather quickly? Will it happen in a decade? Will it happen in a century? Life in this world is a gift. Who is anyone to decide who will survive, who will live? Victims of suppression from these selfish, over ego man funded corruption for elections. The only decision being made is rejection to these beneficial bills, so the poor's being killed. No hope but the dope and the rope. Nothing left to smoke. Last feeling was the pain from the rope. Prevention could have been possible if the people chose to vote, but the politician never chose to smoke for the broke. Distinction, Now my tears and cries forever I will hold inside. No matter the effort I apply, no matter how hard I try, this is how my mind handles over the rhyme. Fucked up, insecure, neurotic and emotional, and everything's fine. The message of the grade is mine. Somebody chose to cut the life out of the time. Assassinated and they died. Still I remain determined to try. First impressions on appearance is coherent to the misunderstanding. I was natural spirit, labor on the looks. I know good, up the trouble crook. Good for nothing cause I had nothing. Trying to make something. My pants real ragged and my shirt's missing buttons. Evaluate the cover through your ignorance. You will never discover. I was taught to love from my mother and to love another like my brother. I detect the threat from these aspects. Keep your head real high, never lower neck. Never should you quit on this test and the stress and the mess. Patience for the best. Embrace the fate on your quest till you feel the strike on your life from the light and it's blessed. Scarred from the marks when the heart breaks apart, but your soul on its own will console. Two halves make a whole. Take the toll and the blows, cause I know there's an open door for show. Alive and you're living. You possess the ability to populate the planet with some children, especially you're healthy. The ultimate gift you receive was this life. Appreciate the morning, appreciate the evenings, appreciate the night, and you can't take it back, so you need to get it right. Take the insight with the fight, do it for the deaf, the blind, and the mentally challenged mind. Distinction, choose, decision, choices. This is what defines the past in this life is behind us. There's one truth, judgment they will find us. If you don't believe me, rewind. This is timeless. Distinction, choose, decision, choices. This is what defines the past in this life is behind us. There's one truth, judgment they will find us. If you don't believe me, rewind. This is timeless.
This song goes out to my mother and the victims of suppression in the last couple of centuries who died fighting for the cause.